54th player total history with 1,000 points. The opening statement.
Yeah. Wow. I feel like this is kind of continuation of the past couple of games. I feel like this is just another team win that we're stacking. Every day in practice we're competing, and it's really just showing out on the court. The trust that we have, the intensity we're playing with, both on the offensive end and the defensive end is really showing. And this is a great team win, and I feel like it was a statement win.
You're open up for questions.
Dallin, teams don't beat Kansas by 34, but this is the biggest regular season loss since I think 74. What kind of statement does this make to be able to turn in a performance like this?
I think, like Trev was saying, we're just hitting our stride right now at the right time of year, playing our best brand of basketball, and we're less concerned with the opponent in front of us and more concerned with executing our side of things, the game plan on both sides. And so I thought we did a really good job of that, and like I said, we're hitting our stride and trying to put the country on notice.
Trevin, where does this one rank, this night, this win amongst games you've played in your career?
Well, there's been a lot. But
There's been a lot.
This ranks pretty high. Like, this is a special win, especially doing it in front of our fans. It was really cool. Like, I feel like the energy from the start of the whistle to the end of the whistle was there. Everybody was super loud, and I'll say it every single time, I think the Marriott Center is the best place to play in the country. So I think it really showed, and it was a really special one for sure.
How locked in were you tonight? You came out guns blazing from the jump, Trevin.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had my teammates like Richie. A lot of people are keen on him. He's hooping, shooting the ball at a really, really high level, and he passed it to me. We always try to say we hit singles, right? And so I think we're just making a simple read. Even Dallin coming downhill, he had a hard pass to roll, and his eyes, the way he moves without the ball is really special. So hats off to the entire team, and again, I think it's just another team win.
Richie, what do you feel created so many good looks from beyond the arc tonight against this Kansas team?
I mean, it started with our pace, transition. Again, I've said it, it's what we do best. And like when we are playing on attack, whether that's in the half-court or transition, but when we're playing on attack, we call it 0.5. You have 0.5 seconds to make a read, whether it's drive it, shoot it, pass it. And I feel like when we do that, like, it just creates so many open looks for each other. It's such a special thing. Like, it's just like I feel like how basketball should be played is when we're moving that thing, we're getting downhill, making the extra pass. Like, it's a really cool thing, and it's super fun to be a part of to play like that.
Richie, what was the key to maintaining that high level to match the start that you had? I mean, a lot of teams get off to good starts, but you guys kept that up for a full 40.
Yeah, I mean, going into halftime, right? Like, that's the second game in a row when we've been up. I can't remember exactly what the Kansas State one was at halftime, but similar. But like that first 4 minutes was a little different than this one, right? It starts with our defensive end. So, these two are really good vocal leaders that I look up to, and they were preaching that at halftime of just let's focus on this defensive end and let's stay. It's 0-0. We haven't done anything right. Like this is just the first part of the game, and we got another 20 minutes to play, and that was the attitude going into the game, or into the second half, I should say.
All 15 baskets for BYU in the first half had assists, 15 assists, 15 baskets. What keyed such consistent execution that you were able to just have an unselfish offense like that?
I thought like some of the things Richie and Trevin said, our spacing was really elite, our pace, and then we just shared the ball, and that's kind of something that has been a huge emphasis for us all year is making the right play for our teammates, playing for each other, and I think that shows why we had the effect we did in the first half.
Trevin, what does 1,000 points mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot just in terms of like all the hard work. I feel like my career's kind of been up and down with injuries and different stuff like that. But to be able to get 1,000, especially at home in front of a crowd like this against Kansas, like it was a really special time, and it was assisted by this man to my right, and so it just goes back to what Dallin said. Like, we're playing for each other, and I think we're really turning the corner right at the right time.
2 more questions.
Dallin, you're 2-0. You guys are all 2-0 in your career against Kansas. How have you guys been able to capitalize on these big moments playing the Big 12 in front of the Marriott Center in front of a national program like Kansas?
Just living in the moment, staying present. There's a lot of noise outside of our locker room, but really what it comes down to is the work that we put in and trusting in that work, trusting in one another, and then just going out and embracing the moment. And so I think that's what we do at a high level. We don't worry too much about the future or the past, but we just try and leave it all out there. And usually that leads to good results.
Last question.
Quick thoughts about facing Arizona again after they got you here.
Super excited. I've heard it's a great atmosphere. They got the better of us here. We're going to look at the film after we celebrate tonight. But we're going to go down there and leave everything we have, both at Arizona and Arizona State.
Any questions from Omaha today?
All
right.
Oh my God! High.